Nice and clean.
Enough?
So we got nothing better to do, so we took the heads back off so we can tap the holes all out. Because the brand new inserts are square shaped. Back. By the head.
Sure did.
What are you doing? I'm using my tools. Now you're standing on it?
Yeah, I'm compressing it from a 15 to a 5.
There's only 1.5 to begin with.
Oh, never mind. So I'm going to a 1 then.
Got foot trick marks on there now. I'll put that away for you. Nice clean rag. Where'd you get that from? So we're going to tap every one of these out, and the last 2 turns we go down deeper, so for some reason the insert has a closed up end on the one side. That one didn't have it. Bam. First one.
Still a little tight though.
Went hard all the way, but
Yeah.
put some more on it. It sounded fairly dry last time. Perfect. Yeah, good. Good job. Not overdoing it. You squirt it all over the place in the first one. You put like half a quart on it.
Good, it won't get hot.
Yeah. You're gonna get hot doing all that work.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one doesn't have this, the old inserts all bowed out like the other side.
Yeah, the other ones are.
Yeah, every one of the other inserts, when you had to go cut the last 2/3, you had to push it all the way through hard. We had a lot of chips. We got no chips this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get one more. Yeah, it helps to go straight. It's a lot easier.
Really?
Yeah. Helps use the right thread too. I've had that issue with people. That one's got a little torque on the bottom.
Yeah. This one's not as bad as the other one though.
Yeah, it busted through.
Oof.
Yeah, you know the trick I do, huh?
Yeah, you learn from the best.
Spin it. Got the chips finally?
Yep.
Alright. Let's see you do that work. You put some lubricant on it, damn it.
That one's tight.
Is that where the bolt wouldn't go in the hole? There it goes. Got loose when it went through though.
Loose-ish.
Yep, you're good. It's the last one. I don't need no lube. If you want a lube, it would have been first.
They say if you ain't first, you're last.
That's right. These ones weren't as square as the last one either. I know they had bad inserts in it. So the front head's a good head, remember that. Alright, blow that one out. Don't break nothing. That way I can break it later. Okay, we're going to try head installation again. See how the bolts work here though.
Tap the right one.
Yeah, you might do the wrong one. 1.2 inches, that seems to be the magic number. 1.4 inches.
Perfect. Go in there with some of them.
So the bolts will not bottom out in the hole. Oh, you didn't see that. I measured the cell and it's 1.4. Is that where that goes?
I think so.
Sure?
Has an F on it.
I can't read.
F is for fun.
Yep. R is for reject. Here you go.
Oh, I thought R was for real fun.
It won't be for racing because that'd be illegal. Can't have that. How come you're going easier than before? Oh, a lot easier now. That one got me 3 times, that bolt.
This one?
Yeah. The key fell out. Don't lose that key. It's still tight.
Whoa.
Keep losing that damn socket. S&S does not give you a lot of room for tools in here. Here's the tightening. That one's tight. That one I can't get to. This one I get to. Spin it. There we go. We get the other bolts.
You got one here, man.
Not yet.
Oh, don't be scratching my fins.
They're getting all scratched up. What was doing to my ratchet?
Ratchet. Your Harbor Freight ratchet.
It's in Harbor Freight. This is Daytona 500 special edition ratchet. That racing pedigree said right on the label. There's room for the ratchet to fit up to the fins. This nut doesn't give enough room. That one's tight. In my cylinder, I'm going to grind the snot out of these cylinders.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Make room for these. Yeah, it'll fit right in there. This one's binding heavily. Man, that's tight. Yeah, that's a little snug for a mock-up test. It's got a half-inch more to go. Why is it so tight already? It's tighter than an Evo cylinder bolt.
Did you tighten any of the other ones up?
No, they're all loose. With your little wrench, you got to do your wrench. Let me get the corner over here where I can't get to. Can't get to that one anymore either. That one's already all the way up, most of the way.
I like this thing. Take forever.
Yep. It's even harder for the ones that don't fit.
Yeah, this one's snug.
See, my ratchet won't fit between a lot of these fins. Where's my wrench? You take the double box?
Huh?
You got the double box wrench?
Yeah.
Stole my double box. So what I got? Yeah.
We got 1 7/16.
Low offset double box, yeah. I got a high offset. Want that one? Alright.
We're not going all the way, are we?
Speed wrench. Yep. Good mock up, good mock up. That one all the way. Almost.
This one has some tight spots, but then it loosens up at some point.
These ones are tight all the way. These are gonna suck. You got one flat at a time here.
Snug it up now.
Yeah, these fins, you can't even get one turn in there. One flat. It's a 12 point. You think you should get at least one facet at a time in here. These things are tight. So before you powder coat your cylinders, cut the damn fins out. Make room for the wrenches. See, I'm using an unmodified wrench. That's why it's being a pain. It rubs on every one. Where my cut down wrench is at. Hard to use. My race bike wrench. Race bike wrench, special made for flathead. It's cut down way thin. See, it fits in there just fine. Now, these are going to be pretty hard to get to here. Still got 8 things to go. Alright, well, that's going to go. These things are... I think they need washers in here, there's no room for them. That was tight.
You see it all the way down?
Yeah, I need a different wrench for that. You got the big wrench. So go ahead and bring all these other ones down.
Down?
Up.
They're already up.
These are all the way up, all these ones?
Mm-hmm.
They're tight?
That's super tight.
Tighten them down. Those are head gaskets, so got a gap in there. Looks like the heads are sitting flat.
Ish.
Is there a gap in there?
Yeah, little one.
Okay, they don't tighten super tight then. Just pull them down. Long-winded job. There's not really much room in here, so. What?
You want to use this?
No.
Looks like you're struggling there.
I can make a thumb. I'm doing thumb tests or exercises. See you do that? Here, I think it's tight. Is it all the way up? Yep. That one's not. See, you said that was tight. Lied to me
This
again.
one was tight.
Yeah, you're doing all of those, so. Don't keep this. No, man. This one isn't.
Oh, wow. This one's,
Going up further now? It was tight as hell.
I think it's, yeah, it's seated on, like, it's, the surface is not very even.
Mm-hmm. So you pull them in, we'll see what they look like when you pull it back off. Those S&S head bolts, you gotta have real thin ass washers in there. We might be able to use them. This one got tight. Go for it. Up in there. Still going. Probably got tight.
Yeah.
So we pull it off, we'll see how much of a rub mark we got on the inside of the cylinder. And I bet you it's going to be pretty heavy, water mark. This one's loose over here. This has a big gap in it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't go up all the way. It's pretty tight too.
Yep. It's rubbing against something.
Well, that's what we're doing, wearing the mark away right now. That's why there's no room for a washer, because of the damn bolt drags. Like I said, S&S makes real thin washers. We'll have to see if they'll fit in there.
There we go.
We went all the way down that time. Yep. That one's not in all the way either.
What?
Put your fingernail under it. Fingernails on that one.
Yeah, but it's seated on the back side.
Do you want to be seated on the back side or you want to be tight? Yeah, that was obviously tight enough to run. Look at that. Yeah, it's fine. It's tight.
Run it.
Yeah, it's good to go. It's a low compression motor, we're all right.
Yep.
No power in this motor. That one's in. That one looks like it's up. That one's up. Okay, so all of them went up finally?
Yep.
Okay. Where's your intake manifold? Because there's not much, there's almost no play in these heads, so. You're trying to put this one in there, it didn't fit. Just have to trim it a little bit.
I don't even think mine will fit, right? If it was from a shovel.
It's a shovel heads. Where's your shovel intake? You got a stock shovel intake?
I think so. It's at home though.
You got it laying around here somewhere? You have some stupid shovel intake manifold laying around?
Some stupid one.
You went off a race bike. How about this one?
Right here? No.
Yeah, that's one. That stock one?
No.
That's off my race bike.
S&S.
It's a race bike one. There's another race bike one. S&S. This one's off the race bike. See, it's got my racing stuff on it. That's racing bike junk laying in that pile. What number is this one? Don't see a number. There it is.
58.
0.
Oh,
Is that a 0?
yeah.
Perfect stock. See if it fits. These cylinders are taller in stock, aren't they?
Pretty good, actually. Yeah. There you go.
Turn around and see.
There's a small little gap on that side, but very small.
Yeah, you can give it a 0. We'll have to adjust the cylinders. This one's
Yeah,
going to have to adjust out a little
tweak it
bit.
a little bit,
But they're
right?
pretty tight. There's not a lot of clearance in this motor. So even though these cylinders are taller in stock, it takes a stock intake manifold.
Sick.
Because this is a 93-inch low compression, isn't it? Or this high compression?
I think we did low compression.
These are supposed to be like 90 thou taller than stock. There should be a big gap in there. But that was an O, right? Wasn't the 1 or
Yeah,
2?
it's 0.
That was 3. Is this 0 or 3?
It's a 0.
It's a 0, right? What, can you wipe it off? I can't get my finger in there very well. Here.
Where's your brake cleaner at?
Don't need a brake clean. Just put your finger in there. Should be pretty obvious what it is.
Yeah, it's a 0.
It's a 0? Not a 3 or anything stupid. Okay, so that's stock length. So it takes a stock length manifold for a big tall motor. Perfect. It lines up nice. Look at that. Line up pretty good. Yeah, this head needs to be rotated toward me. The back one's real good. Look at it.
Yeah.
See it in there?
The way it's, yeah. No, I saw it even from out here. And
Yeah. At the other side, it's in too far, so you have to move it out a little bit.
nice.
So yeah, good. Bring your stock manifold. Is it an S&S or is it a
Yeah.
stock Harley?
I think so.
This is-
I'll bring it.
What carburetor's going on it?
I have the S&S Super E.
Okay, so bring your E-man, yeah. If you got an S&S manifold, it'll fit.
I have it right there.
Well, go get it.
But no, not the manifold.
Oh.
I want the carb.
I don't want the carb, I want the
You
manifold.
asked me what kind. I
You
told you.
Stupid thing. We have to plug these holes up. These are your oilers. You don't need those. Are we doing 4 plugs? You can plug those up.
If I do 4 plug, what's I mean, I'll probably just do 2 or 1. 2.
2, 1 per cylinder.
Yeah. Plug those up.
Mhm.
Do compression releases go in those, or they go on the other
They
side?
make them. They're like $180. You have to go online and search and Google it. No,
Well,
this company makes
it's gonna
them.
be kick only, but
You have to get the ones that are real tall.
yeah. so
They're
they stick
14 millimeter and they're tall. That way you can push them between the push rod covers. Because the push rod covers are right here, remember?
Mhm.
So if you want to do that, yeah, you can get those and it'll start easier. It'll be a lot easier to start because it'll be hard to start.
Yeah, it's gonna be kick only.
Maybe even, I don't know if the compression release will work on kicker. I don't think the compression release will work with kickers. You
Oh really?
can't build any head pressure to tell where you're at, so I think it works. It didn't work on the Evo we tried doing. Couldn't feel anything, I didn't like it.
Oh, fuck it, then we'll plug them and then see.
Yeah, just put a plug in. You can even put a spark plug in there, a couple of heat ranges colder than you're ever going to use, which is fine, or you can get the special plug that goes in there, hex-headed plug. It's your choice. Some guys put dummy spark plugs in there and put wires on all that crap and just end them up here on top of the head.
Nah, I don't want to do any of that.
Me, I just put spark plugs in there and leave them down there. Oh, damn, the plug wires fell off. You see, where they at?
Just mess with other people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. My race bike, I had a O2 sensor in my pipe, so I put a 18-mount spark plug in there, hooked a plug wire to it, run it up on each bike. We just look at that all the time, trying to figure out what the hell that plug wire what it did. Very good. I always say, that's a speed secret. You don't need to know. Need to know only. Get out of here.
So how are we gonna?
That kept it full for months.
So is the oiling system? Is it gonna be oiled through the push rods?
We're doing the S&S conversion here, so we're using like an Evo. We'll locate through the push rods.
Okay.
The rocker arm should be plugged. Go grab a rocker arm. They're all up front. They should be plugged on the tip. Panheads are plugged. The shovelheads are open. So there's no hole. They're plugged.
Yeah.
So you go right here, like that. Maybe on this cylinder. Fits. So the oil will come up through the hydraulic lifter because it's an Evo lifter. Goes through the push rod like an Evo. You can go see your rock arm right here, and then it'll blow through. There's a hole that goes through to lubricate the cup because the stock hydraulic was over here on the early blower. So the oil gallery goes up through the head, through there, across the rock arm, up through here, and works its way back here. We're just going to reverse the flow. We're going to go through here and go that way. Now you had that hole up in the head in there. It's probably best put a set screw in there and plug it so you're not putting pressurized oil to your head gasket surface because there's no gasket, doesn't have a that MLS gasket we ran off to didn't have an embossment for the oil pressure.
So we'll tap that hole instead of a set screw in there?
Yeah, probably just put a set screw in it. That way you block the oil line that goes up through the head. And this one here will block this off, so there's no place for the oil to go except where it belongs. Which should be out through here. It'll leak out of all the stuff around the rocker arm. These don't have the hole up in here like Harley does, do they? They do that in later years. I don't know if it's worth putting that hole in there or not. It just lets oil go through. Yeah, that's what's nice about the panhead. You can just, you don't have to buy special $600 rocker arms from S&S. Stock cheapy ones work just fine. And if you want to hook up oil lines all the way through here and down to here, you can put an oil line all, from here and run up your feed. Or you can come out the tapper screen hole. There's a lot of places to come out of. And what's nice about this setup, you can still have your idiot light right here. Or I mean, you can put an idiot light right here like on an Evo. Put one right here. Because you got a custom pump with no fittings on it, do you? For pressure gauge?
Nothing.
Yeah. So you can put an idiot light right here. Plug this up here, the factory plug, and plug in all this. So you still get all your oil feeds, but you have an idiot gauge. Because when you do a custom oil pump, you lose the idiot light, which I don't like. I don't like putting T's up here and all that junk. So it works good. And you got to figure out what you want to do an exhaust pipe. You can use a stock single bolt, or you can do a triple deal. I don't like the triple deal.
I think I got a single bolt at home. I got a pair of individual pipes.
The pipes still don't fit, so it doesn't matter if you got 1 bolt or 100 bolts. The flanges are like this. It doesn't seal, It's got to be flat.
Yeah.
So when you make the pipes, put them on the bike, and then cut the flanges and weld them on at the right angle. You go ahead and mount the whole exhaust system on the bike where it wants to be. Then you weld the flange. You tack it, and take it out, weld all the way around.
I'll probably have to cut the flanges off because I bought pipes that were already, it's already...
Yeah, they're already done. You can use the stock single bolt. They still work with single bolt.
Yeah.
You don't have to put anything else on there if you don't want to.
On the other side, I was gonna put a Y and put a 2-to-1 pretty much.
Yeah, whichever way design you want to go. I always like cutting the pipe off, not all the way through, but 90% through. Bolt it on the bike with just a flat gasket, and then weld it. So when you put it on correctly, it'll be at the right angle. Because they're always way the hell off. They're never accurate.
I just run open headers.
Open headers. Is it a car motor?
Just no pipe. Just run.
Oh, airplane style? Yeah. Run a little stub stack about that long.
Just a little one.
Yeah. I start them all the time with no pipes on them, but they don't make any power. They suck.
Yeah.
Big power loss. It runs like pure crap with no pipe on there. Sounds good though. All right. So we lost an hour. We lost an hour of sleep. So it's not 2:30. It's 1:30 right now. He was getting tired 3 hours ago.
When you wake up at 3 in the morning, going to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I went to bed at 7 in the morning, so I still got 5 more hours. I'm good.
All right.
I'm gonna go home and work on my website. All right, we're good to go on this one for today.